Hey, it's Steph with Team Takehold. I just wanted to show you a recipe really quick that's easy. It takes about 5 minutes, 5 ingredients or less. It's a nice crock pot meal that I make all the time because of its simplicity, and it's really, really delicious. So what we have today is just cut up chicken, hormone-free, natural, no added byproducts, as well as 2 onions, 2 sweet potatoes, 3 regular potatoes, as well as some organic carrots here, and crock pot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn the crock pot on low, and I'm going to go through this whole process so you can really see how quick it is. I've got my cutting board here right next to the garbage, so what I'll do then is I'll start by cutting up the 2 onions, cutting the ends off, just giving it a really quick peel. Shoop. Right in there. To help cut onions easy, I like to cut it in half to keep one side flat. Slices. Turn it in just nice chunks. It doesn't have to be finely diced or anything like that. We don't need to be professional cooks by any means to make this meal. 1 onion's done. Dump it in. And a question that I had about crock pot meals a lot is wondering if you can put raw chicken in them. Some people thought that you could only have crock pot meals with cooked chicken, but that's actually not the case. It cooks perfectly in there. And by having the skin on the chicken instead of just using chicken breast, there's actually no need to use any, here I'm going to cry cutting these onions, no need to use any additional liquid. Apologize, this is a very emotional meal. Okay, so onions done. Next, we'll do the carrots. And I always buy whole carrots. I used to buy baby carrots, and then I started reading more and more about how they're either bleached or go through a process that I'm not a big fan of. So I'm going to take about half the bag of carrots here. Quick rinse them under water. I'm not going to peel them or anything. Oh my goodness, I'm crying from those onions. Not going to peel them or anything. You can actually just put them in there with the skin on. So quick rinsing. And then I line up the ends. And I always like to make my crock pot meals with big chunks, so not to cut them into tiny pieces like it's going to be a soup, but actually just nice big chunks that you'll be able to pull out, cut up for your meal. So you'll see how they're about the length of my hand, maybe a little shorter. Put those right on top of the onions. Carrots are in. Next we're on to, I'll do the regular white potatoes first, so I'm going to quick go scrub those off a little bit. And I just cut these into quarters. Or we'll do halves. Let's do halves today. You'll see that it's not a super scientific process. I like to cook without following a recipe, which is frustrating sometimes for people and for myself when I'm trying to tell people different recipes because I don't write it down. I just kind of go as the flow happens. So, sweet potatoes. Back to the cutting board, and same thing. For sweet potatoes, you're going to need a nice, firm knife. These I'm just going to cut into 3 chunks. Flop them right on in there. Yeah, if you don't have a good knife, sweet potatoes become very difficult to cut. So make sure you've got a nice, strong knife that you can use. Put those right in there. And then last, we've got our chicken. So I'm going to open it up. I like to give the chicken a good rinse too before I put it in there. Now these are actually 4 just leg quarters, so it's not a whole chicken. This one's just the 4 leg quarters, so I'm going to just place them on top. Wash my hands off good using soap this time because it's chicken, raw chicken. And then from there, you can actually see how full the crock pot is. So it's almost right to the top. And now I've just got fresh oregano. Sprinkle that on top there. Basil. I'm sorry, that wasn't fresh oregano. You could tell it's in a shaker. And I'm really covering the top of this good. And I have fresh thyme. That's what I was referring to. But just to take a couple sprigs of the fresh thyme out, covering the top. And you can see how easy that is. And we're just going to put a cover on it. It'll take about 4 or 5 hours on low. And you'll have a delicious meal with nice moist chicken. The potatoes just cook awesome, carrots as well. So hope you enjoy.